Have you ever experienced difficulty sleeping at night due to your worries? Have you ever found it hard to work out properly because your mind was flooded with ruminations and overthinking? According to the National Institute of Mental Health, anxiety affects over 40 million people worldwide. However, while anxiety is often associated with nervous behaviors like nail biting or difficulty breathing, it's not always so evident. Some symptoms are more subtle and widespread than you might imagine. In this video, we'll explore 7 habits of people with anxiety that may not initially be linked to it. But first, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the bell icon. Like this video and share it with those who might need it. Number 1, excessive planning and over-control. Do you like to plan your day down to the smallest detail, or create multiple to-do lists to keep everything under control? Being organized is positive, but doing it excessively and obsessively can be a red flag. People who experience high levels of anxiety often engage in over-planning and micromanaging every aspect of their lives to maintain a sense of control. They want to stay constantly on top of things to avoid worrying about what might go wrong. Number 2, restlessness and agitation. Do you have a nervous tic like playing with your hair or making involuntary facial expressions? Maybe you fidget with your leg, chew pens, or simply can't stay still for long periods. Small habits like these are called nervous tics because you might do them primarily to unconsciously regulate your emotions and alleviate anxiety. Number 3, seeking everyone's opinion. Another anxiety-related habit could be indecisiveness. Perhaps you tend to ask everyone's opinion or struggle to make decisions for fear of making the wrong choice. In this case, anxiety undermines your judgment and erodes the idea that things can turn out well. You might constantly turn to others for help, even with simple matters like choosing where to eat or what to write in a message. Number 4, avoiding certain situations. The American Psychological Association defines anxiety as a future-oriented fear that leads people to avoid situations that might trigger or worsen their discomfort. It's not surprising that if you experience a lot of anxiety, you might avoid situations that could exacerbate your condition. Triggers vary from person to person. They could be noisy, crowded parties, networking events, or simply going out and talking to friends. What situations do you tend to avoid? Share your experience in the comments. Your words might be very helpful to someone. Number 5, avoiding eye contact. It's known that nervous or anxious people often have difficulty maintaining eye contact. You might look around the room or stare at the floor while someone is speaking because maintaining direct eye contact can seem too aggressive, confrontational, or vulnerable. If you often find yourself doing this, even with friends and family, it's likely due to anxiety. Number 6, sleep problems. One of the most common yet often overlooked manifestations of anxiety is difficulty sleeping or staying asleep. While it may not be as severe as insomnia, many studies show that anxiety negatively affects the quality and quantity of sleep. People struggling with this might stay awake at night worrying about the next day or reflecting on the events of the day just ended. Number 7, strange dreams. Speaking of sleep, another way anxiety might affect your life is through your dreams. Do you often have confusing dreams or recurring nightmares? Have you ever tried to interpret them? If so, you might realize you're dealing with more stress or anxiety than you thought. Even if you might suppress these emotions unconsciously, they still find a way to emerge in your dreams. If you're struggling with your mental health, don't hesitate to reach out to a mental health professional today. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video. See you soon.